Hello everyone, my name is Sebastian and today I'm going to answer to the question that we have to discuss. The question is that in my own view, what are the main contradictions, limitations, tensions, and opportunities derived from the way the ELT policy has been designed and implemented here in Colombia, and also which of these four factors stands out. So to start, I am going to talk about the contradictions. So first, I would like to say that policies aim for equity and access, but in the practice, resources are not distributed equally. So, for example, some urban schools in Bogota may have trained teachers in technology and bilingual projects, while the rural schools still struggle with lack of qualified teachers and internet access. So this contradiction shows like the discourse of equality versus the reality of inequality in public schools or in some schools. So, for example, in big cities. So imagine that in rural areas. To continue, I'm going to talk about the limitations. So, over reliance on international frameworks like the CFR, without adapting them fully to the Colombian context. So many teachers also report that the basic learning rights and the standards are too ambitious because compared to the actual English level of the students, they don't achieve that goal that, for example, the government said that students in 11th grade needs to reach the B1 level when they graduate with, or many of them graduates with an A2 level. So this limitation shows like not all teachers had professional development aligned with the policy, and also the policy is really ambitious. Now about the tensions between the policy and the classroom reality, the policies are right and light top down, but teachers sometimes feel excluded for the design of them. So between the also, it is another tension between the teaching English and preserving local languages or cultures. So, in regions with indigenous or Afro-Colombian communities, where they or the policy creates a sense of imposition or cultural imposition. So, for example, a teacher in a rural area a report may be having to balance English instructions with their own language, but the policy does not fully support that kind of context and diversity. And to also, I'm going to talk about the opportunities because I think that policies are created with those reference, as for example, the basic learning rights and the standards. And also, I think that it helps a lot schools to take like a point of or like a route to teach English. Also, it promotes the teacher collaboration because teacher can adapt these tools in the local realities. So also it creates like a growing bilingualism because it can open doors, so in terms of internationalization or globalization, and it creates that students maybe connect more strong with the global markets that it could be helpful for the nation. So I would like to say that stand out that, so for example, in my view, the tensions stand out because they reveal the gap between the policy on the paper and the classroom reality. I think that recognizing that could be key. If we address them, we can transform contradictions into opportunities. So the idea is to empower teacher and make bilingualism truly inclusive for all Colombia students, because as we have seen, the policy and the bilingualism creates a really huge gap between the teaching and the learning process that is our main purpose here.